Hello friends, welcome to today's live session. Thanks for joining. Please let me know if you can hear me. Please type in your chat box if you can hear me properly. Hello friends. Thank you so much for joining. Those who have joined just now, thank you so much for joining. Please let me know if you can hear me. Please write it in the chat box so that we can proceed with the discussion. Hi, hello Mitasha, thanks for joining. Good evening. Yes. Yeah. Hi. Thank you. Thanks for confirming that you can hear me. Yeah. It is so nice to see you, all of you, in the live session. So Mitasha, I was waiting for your session. Thank you. So happy to hear that you are finding it informative. You are eager to join the sessions. That makes me so happy and so motivated. See, your feedback gives a lot of motivation to me, and please keep continuing that. Right. So if you have already joined the previous sessions, you know that our approach is that we will pick up a reference. Okay, then once we pick up the reference, we study the reference, we analyze it, and we take some decisions as to which elements we should pick up, how to place them onto the watercolor paper. So we sort of come out with the composition. So with the previous example, we have come out with a composition, and we did some studies. We did some color studies in the previous two sessions, and if you remember, one more color study was left out for the previous reference. We can I mean, do one more color study of the previous reference if you wish, and then we will pick up another reference for today, and with that reference we will again repeat the study. We will study the reference, we will try to figure out important elements, we will try to add some elements from our own, and we will try to work out a couple of compositions. So that is the approach, and we will continue that approach for a few more sessions. And once we are all well conversant, familiar with the process, we can then switch to the other options. Okay. So yeah, excited. Sarika Cutter, thank you so much. Hi Terry Jackson, thanks for joining. Hi Som, thanks for joining. Mitasha, thanks for joining. Hemant, thanks for joining. And about the color theory, we will probably keep it for a later session, because now the session is on how to plan for the watercolors. Okay, once we get the reference, how do we plan? What is the preparatory steps? That is what we are going to do. Okay. So thanks Mitasha, confirming that this timing is perfect. I was working out the timing. I was taking input from various people, and I think as of now 8 p.m. seems to be good. So for this week I have kept it as 8 p.m. and maybe for future sessions, if I get some more inputs from you, if I will decide to, probably I will keep the timing as it is at 8 p.m. India time. If required, if there are many people having issues with this timing, maybe we can think around. Okay. Right. Now that we have we spoke enough, let us switch to my easel. Okay, let us switch to my easel, and give me a few seconds. I can just switch my camera. Okay. Give me a second, I will adjust. Just let me adjust the angles properly. Please confirm if you can see my easel properly. I'm just trying to make it look a little larger so that it is clear to you. Yeah, I think this should be good enough. So as those who have joined my previous sessions, we have taken this as the reference. We made a couple of drawings. And this was the first day's composition. We did a color study, and this was some of a bright daylight. And yesterday's session, there was some requirement of showing some after rain representation. So this is the yesterday's representation. So we have an option now. Either we can go for one more color study, because yesterday some of the viewers asked for warm colors. We need to representing the same thing using warm colors. We can maybe spend some 15 minutes for a quick warm color study, and then we can go with a totally different subject for today. And that is what we are going to do. Very quick, okay, very rough warm color study we will do very fast. Then we will pick up another reference. Okay. Okay. Please do let me know if you have any questions or comments, feedback. Okay. Now this being, I'll just move it a little bit. Hope you can see it properly. Okay, I think this is fair enough. Okay, you can see it properly. A very quick color study. Okay, so if you want to go for a different color, okay, if you want to go for a different color, this is a happy, bright mode. This is cloudy monsoon or rainy season. And if you want some sort of warm colors, somebody asked for warm colors yesterday, so we will go for warm colors very quickly. Okay, just using some, I'm just cleaning up my palette. Okay, it is usually I don't clean my palette that much. I just use my palette as it is, because usually the palette has a lot of gray colors, left out gray colors, and I usually like those gray colors. But for this being a session class, I am cleaning my palette a little bit. And let us take some warm colors. Okay, warm colors. Are you feeling bored with the same reference? If you're feeling bored with the same reference, please do let me know. I can change the subject right away. But I think it is we need to explore various possibilities. Okay, so that is the reason I am going for these things. I'm allowing some of these colors to merge on the paper. Okay, initially started with some chrome yellow sort of thing, and let the colors merge on paper. Some variegated wash sort of a thing. See, I think we should paint watercolors in a playful mode. We should be playing. Okay, we should be playing, and we don't have to really worry about precise details. Okay, just I forgot to mention that in this drawing I have slightly shifted some of the elements. Okay, I don't know why I did it. I just moved this building to the right side, and I have taken out this tree. Okay, so I don't know if that is complicating the subject. We can keep the same approach. Am I making sense? I mean, is it clear to you? I mean, if you're finding it difficult to follow, please do let me know. See, I wanted to kind of spread the warmth throughout. Okay, so let this yellowishness be coming throughout. Okay, and so that there is a reflection of the atmospheric color. This yellow is the atmospheric color, and I'm just spreading it throughout so that all the elements have a little bit of yellow in it, orangish yellow. And as it comes down, let us make it little darker. Okay, road is usually see the element which are closer to us. The bottom of the road is closer to us, so it will be slightly darker. Okay, if it was a blue road, you can see this area was darker, and even in this one, the bottom was made little darker. Okay, because that will give little bit of depth, little bit of burnt sienna to make it look little darker, maybe a little bit more, adding little bit of violet or blue. I am adding little violet so that it looks little darker. Okay, it looks little darker. I am not spending too much time. Okay, I am not spending too much time for details, and we have to wait for this to get dry a little bit. Okay, to save time, I will probably use my hair dryer to make it dry quickly. Making it faster. For this foliage, I wanted to make it as little softer, so I have made that area a little soft and adding some dark. See, in this yellow atmosphere, the green foliage may not look green. It will be a little brownish or it will be darker. So I'm adding a little bit of green and burnt sienna, orange sort of a color, very darker grayish green. Okay, the green is hardly seen, because see, for this kind of an atmosphere you may not see the green color at all. Some foliages. Okay, see, this is, as I told, this is not perfect and we are just studying. Okay, the purpose of this is to see, will a warmer color scheme look good on this subject or not. And if you decide that it will work, then you can use this color scheme for a larger scale work. Some sprinkling of colors. And I'm trying to go very fast, okay, because we have already what do you call it, we have already done two versions, and I'm just trying to make it little lighter. Okay, not too much. be playful. Okay, please be playful. And if you make mistake, if you're getting some unhappy results, please don't worry. Okay, so we are just learning, we are exploring ourselves, we are exploring the medium, we are trying to uh, develop our ideas more and more, better and better. So in the process we will make mistakes. Okay, whatever you learn in your life, you always learn by exploring, attempting, and sometimes making mistakes also. So this is very quick. This transformer, this went very, I mean, very wide, I think, but that is okay. See, this is just a sketch or study. Okay, I'm not worrying for perfection. Dry brushworks, very quick. And maybe the transformer is greenish here. I'm not sure whether we really should go for green. What we'll do, I'll make it little warmer. Okay, and if I will try to add little bit of green color on top of it if required. Okay, if I had time, I would have been more careful about this. So at this point, I don't have time, and I don't want to spend too much of time, I don't want to put too much of effort. I'm just wanted to explore if this color scheme is going to work or not. That's it. Okay. Okay, Mitasha, the color for the pole. See, I have used burnt sienna and little bit of blue, Prussian blue for this color. See, it is almost in the evening. Okay, almost in the evening, and the colors atmosphere is kind of warm. Okay, sunset kind of a moment, and usually you will not find too much of colors on this side of the pole. Okay, we'll find this as dark, strongly dark. That is what I can think. You think, or you take reference from some, I mean, evening scene, and check how an electric pole or transformer in the evening atmosphere, how does it look. You can take some other references, you can Google it, and you can find some similar subjects, and you can study them. Okay, so now since the transformer is green, and I wanted little bit of a tint of green into that. Okay, so I don't know whether this is going to work or not. I'm just adding a tint of green so that it may merge with the whatever is the color underneath. So, but I just wanted to make little hints of green here. Okay, this again is some trying. Okay, I'm just trying. I think this much is fine, and we need some background, very quick, and this pole, this again, like this electric pole, I think this will look darker, because see, the yellow light is coming from the far away. Okay, so the pole, the wall will be dark. It will not be accepting any light, so it will look darker. So if you are not understanding some of the concepts, I am trying to make it faster. Okay, I am trying to go fast, but if you think you're finding difficulty in understanding, please do let me know. I think the tone of this and the tone of this and this are very close, so I wanted to make this wall little bit more darker. So maybe I'll use some dark purple by mixing Prussian blue and crimson red and Prussian blue, and just trying. See, always you have to think about the overall tone. Okay, you have to always think about the tone. while mixing colors. Okay, it is not just the color alone, it is the color as well as the tone. See, I don't want to spend too much time on all these things. I wanted to just simplify it. Okay, see, somehow the wall and the road should be merged together. I accidentally I brought the wall little too much down, so I wanted to somehow merge it. Okay, so how we can merge it is, maybe I will make it little bit more darker. Okay, merging everything together. There is, in this evening, there are not too much light. Okay, and making it little bit more darker as it comes down. It is kind of a glazing that I have done. Okay, do you have any question as of now? Please do let me know if you have any question as of now. Now the building I have moved the building from left to right, and it's a green building. So since this side of the building is getting more light, I am thinking that it will still have a little bit of green in it. Okay, so I am taking a little bit of green and little bit of a greenish color. Okay, so light greenish color here. And again, no too much of details. And I think it is okay, but it is little, the green is little too much, and this plane may not get that much green, so I am making it little darker. See, again, all these things are sort of these are all experimentations, and we can make some tweaks if required. See, the tones are very much clashing now. We may have to do something here. Okay, so the foliage and these tones are very much clashing, and it is very much similar color. So these are the benefit of doing this kind of study. Okay, since we did the study, we know that this color and this color is very much conflicting, and this tone and this tone is very much conflicting. And once we do this study and understand these kind of issues, we can plan what we should do to fix it when we do a larger work. Okay, so this is kind of validating. This phase is validating our ideas. Okay, getting ideas and validating it, and if it works, well and good. If it doesn't work, you can change the approach and you can come out with a different plan. Rudra, I mean, you're asking, so we don't have to always follow the rules. So I don't know which rules you are talking about, which rules you are talking about. But in general, I feel that while creating artworks, rules are good to a certain extent. Okay, certain rules may be important if you are painting realistic. Certain rules are important, like the rules of perspectives. That is important. If you're drawing, if you're painting realistic, okay, if you're doing abstraction, if you're doing semi-abstract, semi-realistic or something, you can play with the perspective also. But if you are doing realistic, perspective may be important, and the tonal concepts may be important. Okay, but some rules you can always break. I mean, it is up to you. See, the color, the choice of colors, it is, maybe we can, as an artist, we can tweak it. Okay, the choice of placement, we can play with it. But certain things like perspective, the relative sizes, the concepts of shadows, and those things we may have to pay attention to. And other rules like the focal element, there should be one focal element, some supporting, one supporting element. Any rule related to composition, they are just guidelines. Okay, so you can follow, you may decide not to follow. Okay, that is up to us. The rules of composition and all, but the certain rules of physics we may have to agree. See, if you are asking for the color, how to maintain the color freshness. Okay, see, I would say that to maintain the color freshness, don't do too many layers, particularly when it is wet on wet, when the surface is wet. I would say that don't do too much of wet on wet layers. Okay, so that might make it muddy. If you do it, I mean, in a couple of layers, and if you plan the drying of the paper, the timing based on the drying of the paper, you may not get it muddy. And then your color also matters. Okay, some colors, if you mix more than 3 colors, you may find the color is little muddy. Okay, I get sharp edges where you have made the building, the previous color was dried and the next color will not merge. How do you merge the two colors in such cases? See, if you want the colors to merge, then you have to understand that how does it merge. If there are my hands, they are 2 colors, and if they want to merge, if this is already very dry and if this is wet, it will not merge. So if merging has to happen, this area also should be wet and this also should be wet. Then the border, the colors will bleed into one another and it will merge. So it has to be wet if it has to be merging. Okay. Otherwise you have to I mean, with brush you have to manipulate and merge it yourself. Okay. Right. And if you want there are some topics may need detailed discussion. Okay, if that is the case, we can have a live session just to address those things. If you have any of such concepts, you can let me know so that I can plan a detailed session for that. Okay. Now that we are taking a little bit more time since we are getting questions. Okay. Now there is a little bit of. See, I have made the drawing slightly differently, but I am just following the same type of auto, the back side. Okay, to save times. Now this yellow, for this particular atmosphere, the back plane of the yellow will not get too much of light, so this has to be a little bit more darker. Okay, so I think we can add little bit of maybe we can add little bit of orange to that, and this again may be very bright. Okay, this much of brightness you may not find in the evening. That too for the back side of the auto, when the light is coming from far away, and this plane will not get too much of light. So we need to make it little darker. Since it is yellowish, I think adding little bit of violet may be making it little darker. Okay. So I am making it little darker by adding some violet color. Okay. The yellow and violet are somewhat opposite in color. And what about this green color? So I am adding a little bit of green color, maybe a little bit of Payne's gray mixed, and I am allowing this to merge. Okay. The underlying area was already wet. So I am just allowing this to merge. Okay. This went little bit too bright. Okay. It should not be this much bright. Okay. I am adding little bit of orangish color to this because I don't want this to be too much bright, because for this atmosphere the green will not be this much bright green. Okay, I hope you are getting the point. Okay, we have to think. For some decision, we have to think artistically. For some decision, we have to think logically. Okay, so it's a mix of logic as well as uh, imagination. Okay, it's we may have to mix both. And the bottom of this, I'll just make it dark. This car I am making it facing that side, okay, unlike the previous one. Okay, and I think we are pretty much done with this. And shadows are dark anyway. The shadows are dark, and when it comes to the shadow underneath, okay, under the wheels, it is a good idea to always keep the shadow, okay, so keep the shadow a little darker, because this is the thing that will actually hook the element properly to the ground. Okay, so this shadow is important, and here also the shadow is important, and I am not really worried too much about the shadows. Okay, here we are just studying. And what should be the shadow further? Should the shadow spread to the left, to the right, or should the shadow be sharp? We have to think. See, this light, evening light, is not as bright as a sun. I mean, a noon or morning, afternoon kind of daytime sunlight. I think this will be a little softer, and since the light is coming from here, I feel that the shadow may be coming this way. I'm not sure. I'm thinking, since the light is coming from this side, maybe the shadow will spread like this little bit, and then it will be softer. I feel it could be that way, but I am not very sure. If you think we can try that way, please do let me know. Okay, I'm just keeping it like this as of now. I have made the drawing. You think whether this way the shadow should work, or should the shadow be just towards some side, maybe a little bit of this side. It all depends upon the sunlight. Okay, right, now let me make a couple of other things. Is it making sense? Does all these things does it make sense? Actually, I told initially that I will take 15 minutes for this, but since there are questions, and I'm answering the questions, I'm posing some questions from my end regarding some of the decisions, it is taking slightly more time. Okay, so please see, after all, whether we do it quick or we do it slowly, what we are doing is we are learning. Okay, we are practicing, we are learning. Okay, so please don't take it wrongly. This is a bike. Okay, this is a bike, and it is little dark. It is not getting too much of light. I may be wrong in some cases. Okay, if you think I am going wrong somewhere, see, please do let me know. See, these are we are not referring to the what do you call it as, to the reference image at this point. We are just all these are based on imagination. Okay, many of the decisions that we make are from imagination, so please correct me if I am going wrong. Sometimes while painting, we stop being logical, and we for this spur of the moment we will just take some decision, and that may be wrong. So please, if I am going wrong somewhere, please let me know. And a figure here. Okay, I'm just taking an opaque color. It is a lavender color for this figure. Okay, this figure, I think he should be a little larger. The guy should be a little larger. Okay, see, the relative proportion is important. Okay, maybe he's going that side. He's going that side maybe. Since he's going that side, I will make it the back paint little bit more darker. And maybe this guy is facing this side. He is wearing some red color dresses maybe. Maybe he's riding a bicycle. And most of the things are in shadow. Okay, so you don't have to really worry about all these things. Okay, this may not be a perfect bicycle, but I think you get the idea. Is it making sense? Is it making sense? Maybe a little bit of shadows for the building. Not too much of details for the building, okay? Just, I think this area should be a little darker so that it shows some kind of a shadow. Okay, and maybe some windows or something. Here the perspective is little important. Okay, how the windows, the overall perspective. It is wet, so it will spread. So I think you get the overall idea. Do you have any idea on the shadows, how the shadows should be? Please think of that. Okay, that is an assignment maybe for you. It is a question, not assignment. You have to answer right now. Little bit of little bit of skin tone. Ideally it should be little darker in color, so but I am some tail lamp. These are some fancy stuff. Okay, some tail lamp for this. You may not see it because it is already little orangish color. Okay, any idea about the shadows? Any idea about the shadows? See, we have option to assume the, see, when it comes to shadows, we have to assume a direction of light source. Okay, so if, let us say the light is coming somewhere from this area. Okay, somewhere around this area. Suppose the sun is somewhere around, suppose the sun is somewhere around this, just above this. So the light will come like this, and maybe the shadow of him will be something like this. And evening shadows are usually longer. Evening shadows are little longer because which Sarika has asked a question, not Sarika, Rudra. No, I didn't. Okay. Right. Let me go through the comments. Sarika said that the light source is from the light's left side, so I guess the soft shadows will go on the right side. Yeah, that is true. And okay, shadow at the back. Let us see how it will look. A little towards the right. Okay. So I was also thinking, if the sunlight is from here, the sunlight will come and hit the person like this. Okay. Sunlight will come in this direction and hit, and the shadow will come like this. Okay. And it will be soft shadows, and it will become softer as it goes away, because evening lights are not very strong. And since it is this way, everything will have that kind of a shadow concept. Okay. And it will be softly disappearing into this one. Okay. And see, we are just trying. Okay, this may not be perfect, but you have the idea. Okay, you have the idea, and you try it out. If it doesn't work, you correct it in the next attempt. Okay, you correct it in the next attempt. I don't want it to be very strong. Okay. And all these are ideally parallel. Okay, you may have and now softening it. Okay, whether it is realistic or not, you take the call. Okay. And ideally speaking, this electric pole also would be creating a shadow, and ideally that shadow is kind of blocked by this auto, and you may find little bit of the shadow here, but I think that will complicate everything, and let us not make it very complex. Okay, so I will stop it, the shadows at this particular point. Okay. And see, the rear glass also will not be this much bright, because this is a slanted surface, and it will not be this much bright. Okay, I think this is okay. Right. Now all these things are, see, I am also thinking about the logic of it. Okay, the physics part of it. That is also equally, to make it convincing. That is also important. You can break the rules, certain rules, but certain rules you have to sort of respect. Certain rules you have to respect. So which to follow, which to ignore, you learn by experience. Okay, you learn that by experience. I'll not do too much of this. And there is a cable. We haven't made any cables, so let us make some cables. Okay, I'm taking some liner brush. Okay, and I'm not really worrying about all these things. There may be some rolled cable here, I don't know, or a little bit of chaos, some connection here. You don't have to be very precise. Okay, And now what I'm looking for is, see, usually I give a little bit of highlight to all these things, and usually I take white color for the highlights, okay. But since the atmosphere is yellow, I want the highlight should have a little bit of yellow to that. So what I am doing is I am taking out a little bit of white, okay, and I am mixing little yellow to that, okay, yellow or orange to that. I am taking a little bit of orange to that and mixing to that white. I think I need little bit of chrome yellow kind of color, more warmer. Yeah. Little bit of thicker color, okay, opaque color, and let us give the highlight. See this, they should pop up little bit. This is already popping up little bit. There is a little bit of a highlight, and here I am breaking the rules sometimes, okay. I don't really worry too much about the rules at this point, okay. So here I wanted to make it look little pretty. So I might break some rules, okay. And see, here highlight may not appear because of the light direction is from the back, but still I am doing little bit of a highlight so that it should look like a bike, okay. That is the overall idea, and we have left out a lot of things, but maybe some highlight on some of these architectural details. Okay, now I think we'll stop at this particular point, and this is another version of the same subject. Okay, so what we have seen is that from a single reference we can come out with many different ideas, and many of them may be very convincing also. You may find many different convincing way of representing a same reference, okay. So do you think it is okay? Do you think it makes sense? Are you getting some of the atmospheres that the feel that it is an evening kind of a feel? Please do respond. Please do respond if it is. Do you have any question? Are you understanding the concepts? Are you understanding the concepts? Okay, thank you so much. So happy to hear that you are understanding it. See, okay, see this reference and various representation of it, okay. So various representation. So please do practice, and okay, please do practice different try to come out with the different compositions. See, see and try different color schemes. Okay, you will find something. See, there will be some amount of similarity, but each will be distinct and different. Okay, so Mithasha says that your sessions are great and you have made watercolor easier for me. That is so happy to hear that. Project Man. Okay, great to see Project Man in the session. Thank you. Yeah, everything comes with practice. Okay, thank you, Vanida. Thank you so much. So I would request all of you to focus on this part rather than focusing on the skill of the brushworks and all those things. They are important. I'm not saying that they are less important. They are equally important. But if you focus too much on the brushworks and too much on the skill part of it, the execution part of it, the imagination part and the visual processing part, or the preparatory part, those things we should not be missing. So that will actually lead you to get your own style. Okay, these things, if you practice it, you will get closer to your own unique style quicker. Okay, you can make your own authentic version of any subject. So Sarika says that she hasn't attended the previous previous sessions. All the previous sessions are available on this YouTube channel. You can just browse, and I also have created a playlist for this live demonstration. You can go to my channel and look at the playlist, and you will find all the 4 videos, including today. Prior to this, I have created 3 videos, so you will find all the videos in the channel, as well as there is a playlist. You can go through that. See, your question about how to add and remove elements, we will discuss it again with a different subject. So I am closing the session for this particular reference. Okay, I am closing it for this particular reference, and we will pick up the next reference, and we will quickly start the discussion. Okay, we may not do much because it is already getting closer to 9 p.m. And we'll continue. Okay, so we will discuss another reference as much as possible, and then we will continue it tomorrow. Okay, so let us do some discussion on another reference. Okay, so I don't know how much we can progress. So I will show some of the references. Okay, I will show some of the references, and we can pick up for the next sessions reference from this. Okay, so somebody is asking, thank you for great feast to our eyes hurt, cartoonist Gautam. So thank you so much, sir. Thanks for your kind words. Happy to hear that you like it. Okay, so, and Mitasha, how many years you were exploring watercolors? So I have started learning watercolors in 2015. So it is how many years? 10 years now. Okay, so at that time I was doing I was working, so I spent every day I spent some time on this, and somewhere in 2016 I am focusing more on the art and watercolors in particular. Okay, yes, we thought, should we stop it for today and start afresh in the next class, or we should discuss some 15 minutes, or do you have any general thing that we can discuss for next 15 minutes? I was thinking I will discuss about some of the references, and we can then decide upon what we will do what reference we will pick up for the next session. Okay, this is, see, all my clicks are very common clicks. It is not in that a beautiful place for which I had to travel kilometers. I just walk around and I will get this kind of subject everywhere. I'm from Bangalore, so in the outskirts of Bangalore you will find this kind of building. So wherever you are, when you go out, you just click, you will find some interesting some scene, and you can make it interesting by adding your own, okay, your own elements and modifying it. So do you think this is good? In the initial look, it may not be very interesting, but if we take a closer look, okay, if you take a closer look, if I zoom it, what I find is that, see, this part alone, leaving this part, I'm talking about this part, okay, I find this part, it could be an interesting subject, okay. Okay, so we take the tree part, composition this time, tree, car and building. So okay, so this is one possibility. Okay, so this is one possibility where from a large photograph, this particular part alone could be a composition. Okay, this could be a good composition, and when we reach to this, then we can think of okay, this could be a good composition. Okay, but at this point you can think of the composition rules and do some tweaking. Okay, I will make the drawing in the next session. Okay, so this, a center line, a vertical line at the center is not a good idea. As per the rule of third, it would be looking better if this particular vertical element is slightly offset from the center. So I would prefer this to be somewhere here. Okay, so this looks to be a better composition, this particular electric pole. Okay, and this also, this car looks good, but it looks too big for me. I might make it smaller. Okay, I might move it slightly forward and make it smaller, or if you want, you can make it big. I don't like the cars and vehicles too big. Okay, I might push it a little further, and since this is the area where we will be focusing, I might push the car little forward and to the side, and I might add some figures, some people around this area. They may be doing some business there. They may be chit-chatting, or they may be talking. There's a group of people somewhere here, so that this area becomes more live. Okay, right. So what we did is we kept the electric pole here. This we will be making it smaller and little further away, and then adding a couple of people here. And if you want to keep this building, actually there are a lot of interesting things here. So there are some boards, something here. We don't have to pick each and every element, but some suggestion of these dark tones, some slanted details, some of these signboards, and those things, maybe we can keep an awning or something. We can add something here. So those things, what we add, what we delete, we will discuss more when we talk about the drawing part of it. So at this point, this and these trees, maybe it is good to have these trees. Some interesting branches are there. We can retain it, and this background will be just a background. Okay, I will not give any details for this, and the road can be there, and this building, you may keep this building, or you may keep it blank, but I would like this entire shape as a placeholder. I like this shape, and I would like to keep this place as a visual element. Okay, I don't want to take it as a building with all the details, but this shape is filling something. It is contributing to the overall composition, so I would like to keep it. Okay, so this is one possibility which we can probably do tomorrow. Okay, and I will take a snapshot of it. I'll take a screenshot for tomorrow's discussion, and let us come back to the original reference. Okay, somebody is telling, is it a 1-point perspective? yeah, if it was this particular composition, I would say yeah, whatever composition we did was, it is kind of one point perspective, because if you extend all these lines, okay, all these line, whatever line you see, they are all converging to one point. Even if you make it little bit more to the left, it is more clear. All these things are going to one point perspective, and the left side of these buildings are not, these buildings are not showing any side planes, okay. It is only front face is seen, the side planes are not seen, so it is not giving any and this is not giving any side plane, so all the convergence will happen from the left side, okay. And to see the second point of convergence, we are not seeing much of second point of convergence at this point, so we can treat it as a single point, what is that, what was the question? One point perspective. I often forget the terminologies. You try to understand the concepts. Even if you forget the terminologies, understand the concepts. Okay, now let us go for the second possibility. Do you think this is a good composition? Do you think this will be a good composition? This could be a composition. There are some buildings. Okay, I wouldn't mind. This is a separate building and this is a separate building. Okay, actually speaking, this is a building. This is a separate building, and there are a lot of separate ornamentation to this. But I would probably be treating this as entire thing as a one building, or they are connected sort of a thing without too much of details. I might be tempted to think this is a single building, and this point, this bottom area is where all the activities will happen. Okay, there are a lot of shops open and some people walking around, or some life here, and there could be some vehicle. We could even bring this car to this side. Maybe somewhere the scooters are coming, we can bring some cars here to make it little bit more interesting. There is a good way the roads are going, and it is giving good depth, so you are finding little bit more depth in this particular composition. And yeah, I think this could be a composition. Little part of this little part of this could be a composition. This alone could be a good composition. I don't really like the way the road is going to the side, but still it is a good composition. We can explore this, okay. And if you want, here I am not finding any interesting composition, but if you really want, you can just focus on this particular small shop. Okay, this particular small shop, this could be in more brighter colors and a lot of details, and the building can be just kept as a background. Okay, so there are different possibilities just with one reference. Okay, so if you think of different references, sorry for those things. If you take different references, you will find different possibilities. Okay, with single reference you have many possibilities. So our idea of the live session will be to explore various possibilities, and we will come out with the drawings, and then we will come out with different color studies. So do you have any final questions before we wind up? Please do let me know if you have any questions. I will answer those. And thank you so much for watching this live session, joining this live session and making it interactive. We will have the next session tomorrow, the same timing, okay, and we will discuss this, whatever we have discussed this, we will come out with couple of composition based on this, and we will try to then come out with different color studies. So this reference may have more watercolors coming out, because this may have more than one frame, and we will have more learning from this reference. So please join tomorrow at 8 p.m. Please invite your friends also to join the session. Share the video links to your artist friends, and if you are doing it alone, you can send your works to VanidasMangathilArt at gmail.com, my channel name @gmail.com, and I will respond to your feedback. Thank you so much, and we will see you tomorrow same time. Happy painting, and bye bye. Thank you, Sarika, for your feedback. It was an amazing session. Thank you so much. Please share your artworks to me. I will give my feedback. Those feedbacks also may help you, and please share this to your artist friends. You can also share this about this live session into your social media platforms. That will help me in reaching out to more and more people. More and more people can be benefited from this session. And thank you so much for joining once again, and we will meet you tomorrow same time. Same time means 8 p.m. Indian time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.